Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So today we're going to be making a bumblebee, as you can probably tell by the title of the thumbnail and everything. But we are going to be using a technique that we were using this last week during the Facebook and Instagram live feeds. But I like it well enough that we're going to do it again. Now this is for the background, and you don't have to do this step at all, but this is just an option. So what you're going to do is take just a regular cereal box, and this is the one that I use, or snack box, whatever cardboard you have, and you're going to cut down the inside on the lines. So if you want to, go ahead and cut your box. Now save all your scraps because you're going to need them later. Well, the other side of your box. Anyways, you can use the other scraps for another project if you want. So I'm still just going through cutting this out. And then I'm going to set this, so you should have this. And then I'm going to set this to the side for now. And then on the other part, I'm going to go through and draw out what would be a honeycomb shape. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, and once you get one and cut out, you can then make a bunch of different kinds. Okay, so I'm going to then cut out my honeycomb, and realistically you could put this closer to the edge and save some of your cardboard. Okay, so then I'm going to trace out several of these on my paper. Out all of these just like before. And glue them onto your board. So I'm just putting glue around the perimeter of my honeycomb. And I ended up doing 7, but that's up to you, however many you want. I just like to do things in odd numbers. It tends to look better. And I may not be able to get 7 on here. And because it's loose, you can move it around. So you're going to want to let this dry for about, I don't know, about 15 minutes maybe, just so they don't move around. Okay, so at this point your paper should be about dry. Then what you're going to do is take aluminum foil, and you're just going to wrap your cardboard pieces. And I'm gonna smooth this, and then I'm gonna pick up one side and flip it over, and then bring this to the back. That way it kind of secures it a little more to where it's not gonna move around on you. Then you're going to go through and you want to kind of press around the creases so you can see where you're going to be going. Then I'm going to take my markers. Now you have to use washable markers for this. It won't work with permanent. So I'm going to go through with yellow first. So I'm thinking I'm going to do yellow in the back and then make my raised pieces orange. Okay, next you want to take a sponge. I'm going to set this to the side so you guys can see what I'm doing. You're going to take a sponge and wet down your paper. You want it to be saturated, but you also want to be careful because if you're using printer paper like me, it'll tear pretty easily. But once you get it completely saturated, and it's going to be pretty floppy on you, you're going to then bring it over, place it on your paper or your plate. This is kind of like your printing plate. So this is a printmaking technique. You're going to just smooth it down and just press it all around where you put your ink. I can kind of tell down here I didn't get it as wet as maybe I should have, but that's okay. Okay, then you can lift this off and reveal your print. Okay, so then you're going to want to set this to the side and let it dry. Then we are going to draw a bumblebee. I'm actually going to end up drawing 3 because I want 3 little bumblebees on mine, but this is completely up to you. So you're going to first start with a circle. And then I'm going to add some fuzzies around the circle because bees are pretty fuzzy. Then on the top we're going to do a half circle for its head. And I'm going to go ahead and add little antennas. Then I'm going to add a body. So this is almost circular shape, but more oval. And then once again, I'm going to add little fuzzies around here. And then I'm going to kind of mark where I want his stripes to be, or her stripes. And then I'll color those in a little bit. And then his legs, so I'm going to do an oval, another oval, and kind of like a teardrop shape. So oval, oval, teardrop shape. And then they have another one here, oval, oval, teardrop shape, oval, oval, teardrop shape, and then their last little set of legs. So I'm just doing ovals, maybe more teardrop shapes for these ones. Okay. And I know I would add wings, but I'm going to have a different thing we're going to do for the wings. So next I'm going to go ahead and color my bumblebee. I'm going to start out with the lighter yellow, and then I'm going to go in and erase the circle because I don't need it anymore. And remember, color in one direction is going to look a lot better. So I'm just going to go through and color my bee. Then I'm going to also add in a couple of different colors of yellow, just to make him look a little more lifelike. So once you have your bee, you're then going to want to take your scissors and carefully cut around your bee. And you can just, you don't even have to worry about getting around all of those little areas. Just do the best you can. Now remember, your scissors are always facing away from you, and your opposite hand is doing the driving. So my hand on this side is telling which direction it's going. So if you're like me and you're going to add 2 more bees, now's the time that you'll do that. Once your paper is dry, you will then take your bumblebees and you're going to kind of place them first how you think you want them. I think that's pretty much good for me. And then I'm just going to glue them down right quick. So I'm just adding a little bit of glue to my bee around the perimeter. And then I'm just going to stick them on. Remember, dot, dot, not a lot. I'm just going through and carefully pressing it down. I'm going to do the last bumblebee. Okay, my last step, I'm going to take either, this is press and seal, but I would prefer wax paper. We just are out at the moment, but I'm gonna lay this on top just to see my placement. And then I'm gonna outline the wings. And this one, I'm going to make it a little bigger. Maybe he has fancier wings. Then you're going to want to cut these out and place them onto your paper. Okay, so once you are finished with cutting out all your wings, I wouldn't advise using press and still. It was really hard to work with and hard to cut out. I would have rather had wax paper, but like I said, I didn't have any. But you can then go in and outline the legs and stuff with the black marker if you really want your bee to stand out. But I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and then I will see you guys next time. Bye.